I need to do more just highlighting players I'm watching videos. And Brandon McCoy is one of the coolest players in all of high school basketball. He is 16 playing up in 17U EYBL Peach Jam, the highest level of high school basketball. And he's one of the most ridiculous prospects I can remember at that age on the defensive end. He has truly absurd special hands where he is so damn good at getting into defenders and just ripping the ball out whenever he wants. Even on plays like this where it doesn't really look like the handle is super exposed. Excuse me. McCoy is able to slide super quickly, rip that ball away, and turn it the other way. He has some of the best hands I've ever seen in a 16-year-old prospect, let alone just like high school prospects in general. He gets around these screens, rips the ball away, defense to offense again. He is a turnover generating monster, which is obviously a very valuable thing, especially for projecting defense going forward. Because obviously McCoy makes mistakes. Every teenager does. But 2 rips on this. Initially gets it out of Burry's hands, unlucky bounce, and then rips him from behind to create a turnover. This is like Drew Holiday level of pickpocketing, and you cannot spin back at him. As McCoy is going to be a fearsome nail dig defender, this area of the court around the elbows where a lot of drives go into, and McCoy is going to be so good at cutting those off with his quick hands, insanely quick reaction times too. Like, he doesn't show his cards until he absolutely needs to, and that's part of what makes him deadly. Again, we see some excellent footwork here. McCoy he's like 6'4", 6'5", tall, long, really quick laterally. We can see him sliding easily, stopping, changing direction, swiping that ball away. It's really good stuff. Just for any high school prospect, really advanced. McCoy taking advantage of a not so great shooter, and again is able to get another poke out. He is so good using his length to, like, it doesn't even look like this is a super loose handle again. Like, it's just a normal handle, but look how long McCoy's arms are and how quick he reacts. Ball handlers really don't see it coming when he's pickpocketing and making these kind of plays, and it makes him really, really difficult. And I think I had this clip in twice accidentally. Yeah, this is the first clip we saw. Again, just another rip steal. Cookies. That's what Brandon McCoy does. Another dig, and you really can't dribble anywhere near him. He's just a hazard. He's very much Jalen Suggs, Derek White, like I said, Drew in this way where, yeah, you throw behind the back out. It better be a Kyrie level behind the back or you're getting ripped. And because of that, you have to be so perfect around McCoy. You can't zone out, and he's such a smart off-ball defender too. This is crazy. They run a little blind piggish kind of action here off of the inbounds, and McCoy falls asleep for maybe a second, but super quick reactions, flips his hips, and then you see the length and the instincts again, getting his hand in that passing lane. This is not an easy play for most teenage basketball players to make, reading on the fly and getting his body in sync to actually make a play on the ball and create a turnover. What the hell? And he's obviously has awesome instincts, jumping passes for steals, just the instincts and the range as an off-ball defender. I think there's a ton of potential there. And he's a damn good shot blocker as well, as McCoy uses the same incredible lift and hang time to block shots and to rise up. He'll swoop over from the weak side. It's incredibly good utility to have for all of the best guard defenders in the world. Derek Suggs, all these guys, Caruso, are shot blockers. Shea, they're all shot blockers, and McCoy is absolutely that and has the potential to be a really impactful rim defender, which again is rare for legit guards who are also good point of attack defenders. He's a nasty shot blocker on these jumpers, and McCoy's offense is definitely the worst side of the ball, but that's only because his defense is so great. It's more raw, but you can see the movement skills and explosion really popping, where at 6'4", 6'5" already, who knows, he can maybe even get taller. McCoy is pretty quick twitch, and especially from a burst point of view, and can really explode at times. He's not always explosive, but there are moments when he looks like he's really, really explosive. Again, the play right here where he's able to get up in the half court and create clean advantages without a screen, which is really impressive. McCoy here beating Braden Burries, who's a pretty solid defender, forces a reach. His handle is low. He's in an explosive stance, and he's able to use his long strides and overall length to finish. Really good using length as a scoring tool. And This was an awesome play. I love how he decelerates. This was a play that really caught my eye. A lot of young players are very fast, but not good at decelerating. McCoy here takes these super long steps, hangs in the air to wait for his defender to kind of go away and out of his range, and then he gets up basically a wide open shot because of like the throwing off the timing of his steps and stuff. The footwork is really cool. Again, we see a kind of weird rhythm finish in transition. He uses that combined with the explosiveness and the movement skills to really throw guys off. And it's effective. He's able to drive against older, stronger, competition at time, and he's got a really nice spin move as well. He's not always like the quickest or most explosive guy in terms of just like pure power and explosion, but he really can be smooth and fluid while having a pretty quick first step generally and a good enough handle to get to his spots. Another great spin move there is McCoy's not the greatest finisher. He's also just not a very efficient scorer at this point, but I'm not particularly concerned given his age and all the flashes he's showing at this point. Again, will create an advantage, get downhill, just isn't able to finish. He's not super explosive vertically, which I wish he was a little more bouncy. Maybe as he adds strength, he can improve as a finisher, play off 2 feet more, because that definitely is a problem. And there's some general like looseness of the handle, that ball control stuff that I'm not super worried about, because he already has a pretty like creative and dynamic handle. It's not just like, there are moments when he loses the ball. I'd say it's a very common thing. And McCoy's a solid passer. He makes some questionable decisions. Like, I definitely like the idea here, trying to skip it to the weak corner. But one, this is a really nice play by the weak side defender here. I think it's Caleb Wilson. Yeah. And two, McCoy just kind of should be a little bit more wary of weak side defenders or throw it with more velocity or something like that. But a lot of these issues offensively feel fixable, like the core strength, the passing technique stuff, all of the important stuff, like the vision, the advantage creation, some of the shot making flashes are all there. And again, we see advantage creation and passing marrying together. I always talk about how I think advantage creation helps passing development, and McCoy I think is going to be an example. Nice first step, little hesitation, draws the defense, simple kick out. It's nothing crazy, but it's McCoy using his slashing and his own scoring gravity to create for his teammates. And McCoy has flashed some pretty interesting pull-up shooting stuff. He's not like an amazing shooter at this point, but he has excellent touch, and he's really able to get these pull-up jumpers off. Because again, he's really tall. He's 6'4", 6'5", and is able to shoot from range that's way beyond the line. And he's also able to create space with step backs and quick little basic crossovers. Again, they just leave him from way deep, and he's going to pull. But McCoy is someone who, he was awesome with the U17 FIBA US team that was just ridiculous playing up. His defense was crazy in that tournament. His defense has been crazy all EYBL and in Peach Jam. And again, he's playing up, and I think that really does make him one of the best prospects. I should have said at the beginning, in the 2026 high school class, a rising junior. So 2027 NBA draft if everything goes to plan. And man, he is just an incredible talent. It's rare to see defenders at this level this early. I think that's a really good sign of being elite in the future, especially when you have the tools like McCoy does, especially when you show the tools that McCoy does offensively with the flashes of creation and stuff. He's just such a cool player, and I can't wait to see more of him.